Well guys, as happens a lot, I just got after it and didn't get a start video. But anyways, we are working on the field that was wheat. So that over there, you can tell where it changes right in there. That over there has been disked twice. It's breaking up pretty good, but it was really rough when I started it, and it had quite a bit of grass in it as well. So gonna need at least one more time, if not two, and probably two more times just to level it up. What we are working on now is tearing out a slab road. As you can see, I already got a pile. I've been started down there. I'm to here, and I gotta go down there. I think I'm hopefully about a third of the way. And yeah, so fun. If any of you are logging the woods, or well, most likely none of you will actually probably be logging a woods, maybe, anyways. Or if you know of somebody logging the woods and you have to put a slab road in, I understand sometimes it's needed. You could put it on the edge of the field where I just wouldn't move it or do anything with it, because I just would farm, you know, that 15 feet off the edge. But when it's right down the center of the field on an angle, it kind of makes it impossible to, you know, farm around it. I mean, you could, but I'm just not that kind of person, so I'm taking it out. As much work as it's going to be. But anyways, don't do that. This right here, very frustrating and irritating. But anyways, we're gonna get it out. It'll be all good. This field has needed quite the amount of work, but it's all right. It'll be worth it in the end. It's 30 acres. This is a 30-acre chunk. It's a little bit wet at times, but that spot right there, you can tell, is not wanting to rip up too much. Too bad it had really heavy grass in it because it's super wet right there. But anyways, I'm gonna get after, get it all done, and get it farmable again. Although this disc has served me very well, it's getting very frustrating. I cannot keep this welded together, this piece and that piece. I think it's the baskets, just the way it pulls on them. I welded this hitch on, and this disc was not designed to pull a set of rolling baskets. So I hope to be able to get it so it doesn't break apart. But I will be spending another half a day welding this back together once we're done with this field, before we go start tilling the ground for the wheat we're gonna plant. So fun. It's all busted apart. All right, well, we are back at it. Actually making pretty good progress. You can kind of see the end down there. It's not all the way down to the end of the field. So we've come a pretty good ways. Again, we didn't start all the way down at the end, but probably in there somewhere. So, you know, that's disc marks down there. Where we've been up. We were up here when we started today. Now we're to here. So my dad is actually running the skid loader, hauling with the dump truck. I started just trying to really separate the wood from the dirt and just take the wood, but it's taking way too much time. So we're just gonna take the wood with a little bit of dirt, and it's mainly because all this grass, it's tying up the dirt really bad. So in this section, especially right here, this swath, we're gonna be just take all that grass, the dirt, and the wood with it and get it out of here. So he had to run and deliver some hay. He'll be back in a little bit to keep doing that. And then I'm disking, so I'm working on this section over here. You can see over on that end that I gotta keep going because it's just really rough and grassy. So this right here is not working up bad. The only thing is, I don't know if you can tell in the video, but it's pretty unlevel. You can see it kind of, right in there. You can definitely see. But anyways, hopefully. So I'm gonna run this field. I'm gonna finish that piece over here. I got a little bit of here to run, and everything will be ran the same amount of times. And then I'm going to run it on an angle, probably from there to there, and I'll just run it So last fall, it was very wet. It's been very wet the last 2 falls. Well, the other thing is, I chiseled this field last year. Now, sorry about that. I chiseled this field last year. So, I chiseled it to try to break up any hard pans or break up any compaction layers. But that also made it very, very wet. Or sorry, it made it worse when it was wet to try to fit it down and get a crop in. We did get wheat in, but it just was so wet during it, and then after it just did a tear. It just, a lot of it I think probably died last fall. It actually looked decent, a lot better than I thought it would, but it didn't yield. It didn't yield. So, anyways, yeah, we're gonna get back to discing, but I just thought that was interesting to mention the chiseling part. So anytime we pick up new ground, if it's really wet or it just don't want to drain good, we try to go in and chisel it to try to break up any compaction layers or any plow layers. So we're not typically like that, like deep tillage people, but we do that to try to get into a new farm if we have to. And then once we get it established and I can get the no-tilling it, we try to drive them roots down deep in the ground and let the roots do the tilling for us. That's kind of the idea or the thought of the plan. So, yeah. All right, we're going to get back to this one. When you got discing to do and it's dark, just strap a couple Milwaukee lights on there. Yeah, buddy. Milwaukee for the win. Got 3 of them. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, don't fall off the tractor. Pretty much like it's daylight out here. All right, guys, well, we got another truckload of rocks. Well, it's not a whole truckload, but my land, there's quite a few in there. This is about the 3rd one we pulled out. So my dad actually had a really good idea. We had a real big wet spot right here, and it was just all wallered out and in. And so we had the skid loader over here tearing out the slab road over there. So he came and ripped this out. You can't really tell, but it's about 1.5 feet, 2 foot lower from there to there. Kind of hard to tell, but anyway, so we're gonna put all them rocks in there so it's not a big soft spot anymore. I think I'm gonna be able to pick that one up. There's a comparison on my foot. It's probably 1.5 feet by 2 foot by 1.5 feet or 2 foot, something like that. So that's the job for the old skid loader over there. I'll go get it and bring it over. Look at that beautiful sunset. Just beautiful. Well, the skid loader didn't have no problem picking it up. It kind of looks small sitting in the bucket. It's very big though. There's a better view of it. So one more truckload of slabs. So that was 3 truckloads of slabs, about 1.5 truckloads between the 3 loads of rocks I had, and then I think 11 or 12 dump truckloads, and the field is all clear. No more rocks. Okay, I know that's a joke. There's always rocks, but I got most of them, a big majority of them. And then no more slab road out in there. So pretty happy about that. Just gotta throw off this last piece and yeah, we'll be done. So get to it. We are back over working the wheat ground. You know, it probably looks really good from here, but it just is not quite broke up the way I want it. It's not quite leveled the way I want it. So we're hitting like a fifth. We're like on fifth or sixth time. Just you can see there's some rime. I'm just trying to get it leveled out. It was very, very uneven, and you couldn't tell it until you actually got a couple passes on it and started breaking it up. One of the things I'm finding, you know, the old ways was to have ditches and waterways and yada, yada, yada. Well, any place that's a low spot is going to have water in it. And when I say a low spot, even if you have a field that, you know, does this, every low spot is going to have water. So my goal is to get the field as flat as possible so that there's no areas that can hold water, and to try to push it through the field the best I can. So anyways, we're gonna hit it again. Tractor's running, idling, warming up, and I have picked another load of rocks, not a whole pickup truck load, but another load. We have pretty rocky ground, but also I chiseled this last year, and that probably brought a lot of rock to the surface. So hopefully going forward we won't have too many problems. Again, also I hope the no-tilless field, so we shouldn't have too many problems going forward. You know, some work to the top, even in no-till. All right, I'm gonna get on the tractor and see what we can do. This is what it looks like when you ride an open station tractor all day disking ground. And it's nice and hot and sweaty. So could be worse, I think. Could be better though. I could have a cab. But anyways, unfortunately I'm not going to have a cab tractor for a while because I got lots of other things that are going to take priority that I need to buy. And my open station tractor does just as good of a job as a cab tractor. So anyways, all right guys, so my dad is spreading seed. He's way back there, and I am rolling. We spread it with a seeder. We like to go through and kind of pack down just a little bit. Turn out pretty good, so I'll get a video of him coming back way over there. All right, guys. Well, I'm a little behind on getting this video out, so I'm going to put this right at the end. Just because the weed is already coming up. So kind of cool. It turned out really, really good. Over here looks really great as far as just the wheat and not the wetness, because this over here kind of that does not look good. But we have gotten a ton of water recently. As you can tell, it's pretty stormy. So I'm hoping that all the leveling we did will help this in the spring. We'll see. But anyways, just wanted to show you guys the wheat and how it come up. It's actually coming up very, very, very nicely. So yeah, very happy with how it turned out, how it looks, and pretty excited to see if we can get this field planted next year. So